Welcome back to CARAHCAST, the podcast from Carahsoft, the trusted government IT solutions provider. Subscribe to get the latest technology updates in the public sector. I'm Corey Baumgartner, your host from the Carahsoft production team. On behalf of GovExec and Carahsoft, we would like to welcome you to today's podcast focused around FedRAMP. In this session, during the 2023 GovForward FedRAMP Headliner Summit, unpack StateRAMP's priorities for 2023 and understand the ways in which they've implemented lessons learned from their partners in FedRAMP.
Stephen Bulberski from Genesis. I want to thank Carahsoft for having us. I think this is a great event. A little bit about Genesis right quick. We are a UCAS, FedRAMP authorized UCAS cloud service provider, top right quadrant, magic quadrant. If you'd like to know more about us, please see us at the booth, but you're not here to talk about us. We're here to talk about StateRAMP and TextRAMP and FedRAMP. And what does that mean, right? There's reciprocity. It implies a lot. What does reciprocity mean? We had a nice lunch to chat about this. There's one-way reciprocity, two-way reciprocity. We, Genesis, participate in all three programs, StateRAMP, TextRAMP, and FedRAMP. There were different tracks to get from FedRAMP to both. So it's a really interesting conversation, and the question is, what's the value? Why would I want to participate in these programs? If I've got a FedRAMP authorization, why do I need StateRAMP? Why do states need it? And why would they participate? That's what we're going to talk about. I think it's a great panel. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about it. We're going to get them up here. So if everybody could come up, please, for the panel. We have, I'm assuming the names are going to come up shortly, but representation from Texas. Well, I guess I'll just introduce the moderator. That might be better. So Chris from Route 50.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Teal. I'm a reporter with Route 50. Cover state and local government technology. Thank you all for being here. This is honestly one of my favorite venues in DC, mostly because you go up on the tower and you get a great view of the skyline. So please all do that before 5 o'clock when it closes. We're here to talk about StateRAMP, which is really important because state and local governments are really on the front lines of cyber attacks, and they have to stay vigilant and they have to keep their cloud providers safe, and this is a way of doing it. So today we're going to discuss a few things: priorities for StateRAMP, the evolution of the program, and the future and how it plans to ramp up. All right, I know. Thank you. So what we're going to do to start with is just work our way down the line. And we're going to have each of our panelists just say very quickly who they are and what they do.
I'm Nancy Ranisek. I'm the Chief Information Security Officer for the state of Texas.
Leah McGrath, and I'm the Executive Director of StateRAMP.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ted Cotterill. I'm Indiana State Chief Privacy Officer and the General Counsel for our Data Analytics team and the Secretary-Treasurer of StateRAMP.
Stephen Bulberski from Genesis. My role is Public Sector Field CTO and also Business Development Executive.
Great. And Leah, I'm going to start with you, if that's all right. I'm just curious for you to kind of talk us through a little bit about what StateRAMP is and your kind of aims, but also, how it compares to FedRAMP, and I guess maybe some lessons that you've learned from your colleagues in the federal department.
Yeah, definitely. StateRAMP is a nonprofit. We were founded by a group of public and private sector leaders who came together to address a lot of what we've been talking about today, which is really supplier risk, and to say how can we come together to create a shared risk authorized management program so that providers can benefit when they're serving states, locals, K-12, higher ed, you name it, in the public sector. How can providers benefit by verifying that security posture once in order to serve their many government customers? And then how can states and locals really benefit by being able to rely on that risk authorized management program so they're not having to do their own assessments over and over again, but instead can really shift to managing risk and the things that only they can do.